Alright, we're back with the Red Panda here. We got the front end together, got everything put together on it, got the wideband hooked up. Had a strange issue the other day. We were trying to crank it up and it would crank up and run and then just shut right back off immediately. I scanned the codes and it had two codes for the TPS, and then it had a code for the crank position sensor. So obviously we put it up in there, pulled the starter off, tried another crank position sensor, put it in there, looked at the wiring. There were a few nicks on the wires. I cleaned that up, cut that out, and redid the wires there. And same thing. It crank up and run, no throttle input or nothing would try to save it or anything. It was almost like VATS was still on or something. Double checked that, VATS was off. Of course, we've run the truck prior to, completion. We cranked it up and ran it a little while. These are the Holley injectors. I think they're 522-100 or something like that. They're the 1000cc injectors. And initially, I had run the ID 1050cc injector data, and when it was running, it would just burn your eyes. I thought it was rich and, didn't want to hurt anything, so we shut it off, and then, we had this crank issue, so I was like, well, maybe I had the setting to the flow rate too high, and or too low, and it just flooded it out, So I tried another crank sensor, and then it started working. Everything started working. Back probed everything, and the signal wire back to the ECM, everything seemed okay with the wiring. And like I say, it had run, last week or whenever it was when I got it close enough where I felt like I could crank it up. So anyway, third crank position sensor out of another junk 5.3 in the yard. Got it running, and again, I don't know what the value is with the TPS, because this was actually the one that came on this truck, and I figured the one that was on there was probably the, just the low quality of it or whatever. So it was reading on the scanner. It showed 0.1 volts at 0 with the old one, and then with this one it's 0.02 volts. And then when you go wide open throttle, it goes to 4 volts total, and it shows it as 100% open. So I don't know, when I just drove it now, it actually didn't come on. The check engine light wasn't on, so I don't know what the deal is with that. I did do some tuning on my 2500. Finally got it dialed in, fixed a few things on it. It had a strange stumble in it around 2000 RPMs, and I figured that out and got it squared away. I've drove it a couple of times trying to get the VE table ironed out on it from the change in the engine and everything. So it's running really good now. It's only on about 9 pounds of boost or so. So I mean, it pulls pretty hard. I'm happy with it. So I'll probably just leave it alone and drive it. And I want to hook a trailer on it, and make sure that the VE table is good while I'm towing, and that power enrichment isn't coming on while I'm towing, because on my white 1500 crew cab that was turbo, I had problems with it. It was basically in PE as soon as you touched it, when I had a load on it from the trailer and everything. So with this one, with gas being $17 a gallon, I want to make sure that we're not wasting any of it if at all possible. So once I got the wideband on it and got it running, I wanted to see what the air-fuel ratio was, or EQ. I tune in Lambda, so the EQ ratio. But it was it was actually lean. So it was a good bit lean. The numbers I had in on the scanner or in the tune was 112 pounds per hour flow rate. So I used the IDI data 1050 first, and then thought it was too rich, so I went to the FIC 1000 cc, and it had 112 as the flow rate. So when I finally got it running, got it down and got the wideband hooked up and took it out for its first drive, it showed to be around 10 to 13% lean. So I multiplied the 112 flow rate by 13% and put me down to 99 point whatever. So I did that, and once I did that, it actually put my VE table was actually a lot closer than, just was within a few percent. So I was happy to see that. I didn't have the wastegate hooked up on the test drive, so I thought about that when I was trying to make boost. I was like, well, it might make moon boost, and then I don't have to deal with it anymore. But I only saw about 105 on the scanner while I was data logging it. So, I wasn't going to go crazy with it, but while I was trying to roll in it, I got a wild death wobble on it and had to let out of it and try to get it slowed down, because I thought that was the end. That thing was death wobbling like crazy. So, we know it's got that broke hanger on the backside over there. So, anyway, it was pretty wild. It kind of caught me by surprise, because I was trying to make some boost and see where we're at with everything, and then it just started wobbling like crazy, and I'm trying to get out of it and get it slowed down so it doesn't throw me in a ditch. So, but anyway, that's the update on it. After I changed the flow rate to around the 99 point whatever, it got the VE a lot closer, because like I said before, it was over 13% off, or 8 to 13%, so the average was probably, around 10% or something. So I think I made the right decision on doing that with the flow rate, because I tried to find where somebody had used these injectors with HP tuners, and, you got the typical comments of, oh, they're junk, they're garbage, go buy whatever brand XYZ injector, and, that has good injector data and blah, blah, blah. And, these injectors, I know they're less than $400. I don't know what they are now, but anyway, it's a 1000 cc injector for less than $400. So it's worth a shot. And I've dealt with some sketchy injectors before, so anyway, that put us a lot closer on that. We drove it around, got our EQ percent error, and multiply it by our VE table, and then just multiply by percent half, and then we just did our first ride on it. So hopefully the next drive, it'll be a lot closer and everything. And I guess I need to throw it on the lift and try to find out what in the world that death wobble is before I drive it again. So, but anyway, it's coming along pretty good. It sounds pretty good. I guess I haven't done a video cranking it up. It's probably gonna make a fool of me and not crank up. Let's see what it does. Wow. No. Oh. Come on. Perfect. I don't know why it shut on. We got a bird under the hood too. I'm gonna teach it a song. Sounds pretty good other than the bird chirping.